Okay, guys, I was interrupted. Every time I try to make a video, I'm constantly interrupted. My phone constantly rings. Okay. A colleague of mine that has a home care agency called today, and we were discussing about our businesses. She has the home care agency. I have a personal care home. Home care agency is where she sends in individuals to individuals' homes to provide care, and they bill by the hour or by the minute, I'm guessing. I don't know much about home care. I have a personal care home where the individuals live in my licensed facility 24 hours a day, and I provide them with the 24-hour care. So she was telling me, it's kind of slow, that there's a lot of home care agencies that have popped up. I agree with her. There are a lot of personal care homes that have popped up. Now, I give you guys information, again, based upon my experience, based upon things that I'm going through and have gone through. I've been in this business for over 20 years. And when I started, of course, social media was not around like it is now. So the personal care home space, the adult family care home, it was a hidden gem. Well, now that we have social media, everybody and their mama is trying to do a personal care home and a home care agency. So what happens when you have everybody that's trying to do it? Well, it's an influx of individuals, of businesses, and so people start to not get clients. Okay, so my job is to educate you guys on how to become a personal care home provider. Right? I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm giving you educational information, okay? So, like I said, everybody and their mama is trying to do personal care home. And people that's out there that is training you guys, mentoring you guys, consulting with you guys, they're getting your money and they're not giving you or telling you really what goes on and everything that goes on in this type of business, in both businesses. So what is happening is these homes, both types of homes, are opening and closing because nobody is telling them the truth about what it really takes to run this business. It's not a get-rich business. It's a business that you have to be patient, that you may not see a profit for 3 to 5 years. Realistic. I'm giving you realistic facts. You may not see a profit for 3 to 5 years. It is a business that takes patience because, like any business, it's up and down. You may have, for an example, you may have or be licensed for 6 clients, but that doesn't mean that you're going to keep 6 clients. That means that you may have 6 clients 3 months out of the year. Other times you may have 3 clients or 4 clients the other part of the year. So you have to you definitely have to prepare for that. Okay? So you're going to have slow periods. What I mean by slow, where you may not be getting no calls for any resident for months. I know another colleague, she had been licensed for 8 months. She's a nurse practitioner. She had been licensed for 8 months and it took her 8 months to get her first client. And she's a nurse practitioner. Okay, others, it may take a week, a day, several months. You don't know. And, it's a lot to this business. And I'm going to tell you this too. Personalities. I always talk about personalities. Personalities may not match. You may have a family that come to your house to visit, to tour your home, but they're not feeling you as the provider. They don't, something about you they just don't like. You can have a nice house, this, and that. But it might be you as the provider that they just don't like. So they're not going to put their loved one there. You got to have a personality. You got to have, there's a lot more to this. You got to have a love for it. You got to have a personality. Just because you might be in the healthcare field or the healthcare industry does not mean that you can run a business. It takes a lot of skills, a lot of different skills. I have nurses that come in and see my clients that ask me, how do I get started? How did I do it? They thought about doing it. Well, I'm a business person, okay? I'm a businesswoman. I'm not a so-called nurse, but I have had the training as a nurse. I just don't have the piece of paper, okay? But I'm a businesswoman. I know how to run a business. So there are so many skill set that you have to have in order to be successful in this business. You can't just pop up and be like, oh, I took care of my mama, my daddy, my grandmama. This is different, and it's a lot more to it. You got to go by the rules and the regulations. You need to stay on top of the rules and the regulations. When them people come into your house, you need to have your stuff together, organized, because they're going to look at all that. It's so much more to it. You got to be able to handle, excuse me, you need to be able to handle staff. You need to know how to do payroll. You need to be a one-person show when you're starting out. When you're starting out, it won't always be that way. But when you're starting out, unless you have a lot of money to where you could have hired and delegated all this stuff out to somebody. But at the same time, sorry guys, I'm looking at the time. At the same time, you need to know as a provider everything that goes on in your business. You need to know every aspect of your business. You should not leave other stuff or the main stuff up to somebody else. That's where a lot of people go wrong, and that's when they close their doors because they are not prepared for what is to come. So that's why I educate you guys as much as I possibly can on the ins and outs of this business. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. So stay tuned for more information so that you can keep your doors open and not close after a year. Because it takes work and it takes patience. I'm just saying. Like and subscribe. Share my video to someone who may need it. And keep your head up. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. Because sometimes the truth hurts. And sometimes people need to hear the truth in order for a breakthrough. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.